Go.
Hi, Lithia Links. Coach Nowakowski coming to you live from my home. I miss each and every one of you so very much. We're on week 2 of our online PE, okay? So our focus this week, Coach is calling it PE egg style. So let's just go over the learning target real quick, all right? So repeat after me, okay? I can use various pieces of equipment and skills so I can do and or create a variety of tasks and activities. All right, so here's what we've got. Our first activity is going to be locomotor skills and pathways. Then we're going to go into balancing, and then we're going to do something called heads and tails. So for our locomotor skills and pathways, if you kind of look here at my driveway, I took some chalk, okay? If you've got some chalk at home, fantastic. If not, don't worry about it. Just think about the 3 different pathways. We're going to have straight, we're going to have curve, and we're going to have zigzag. I'm going to use whatever locomotor skill that I want. So I might go ahead and start out skipping. So I'm going to skip in a straight line, and then I'm going to skip around in my curlicues here, and I'm going to go around in a curve, and then I'm going to zigzag. Maybe I'll change it to a little bit of sliding. Now I'll come back, and I'll just finish over here. If I want to repeat this whole locomotor skills pathway course again, maybe I'll change up my locomotor skills. Maybe I'll gallop this time. Okay? So boys and girls, you can do whatever you want. Please remember there's no right, there's no wrong. You can hop your zigzag pattern, you can jump, you can do whatever you want. Just focus on the critical elements of our locomotor skills and include as many different pathways as you can. So once you get a little bit warmed up practicing the course that you created, now you're going to come over and hopefully at home, but here let's talk about safety, boys and girls, okay? Because remember, when you come down to the court, we do our shoe check, and we should have our shoes tied. And while Coach was just doing those locomotor skills, my shoe came untied. So let's remember, safety what? First. So get those shoes tied, okay? All right, so now we're going to move into our balancing activity. When we're going to do our balancing activity, boys and girls, I want you just simply to focus on using hand-eye coordination, okay? So we're going to balance an egg because it is springtime, and we do have Easter coming up on Sunday. But that's not the focus of our activities this week. We're just using eggs to do some of the activities that we are doing. All right, so we can use a plastic spoon. We can use a larger plastic spoon, maybe a wooden spoon if you have one, I didn't, or just a spoon out of your kitchen drawer. But please make sure, boys and girls, again, responsible behaviors, and you are responsible with the equipment you're using for your activities, and you get permission, all right? So I've got some Easter eggs, a variety of Easter eggs. Some are sports, and these, boys and girls, I've had now, and I even had them at home. I'm sure you might have them at home. So if you don't have eggs, don't worry, don't fret, no big deal. Just take a piece of paper, and you're going to crumple it up, and that piece of paper will now be your egg, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get one of my eggs, and I'm going to put it on my spoon, and I'm going to go back to my course, and I can still use a locomotor skill if I want, or the different pathways of the course that I had, or I can just make up a new one, maybe further down on my driveway. But I'll go ahead and keep this particular course, and I'll see if I can start walking. Maybe I will start hopping and try to keep balance. Maybe I'll slide a little bit, and then I'll head all the way back. So boys and girls, I can do that a couple of different ways. I can change to my non-dominant hand now and try to do that as well. Okay, if I don't want to balance on a spoon, if I don't have a spoon, right, maybe I'll just take that piece of paper and I'll put that piece of paper on my hand and I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll try it this time on my non-dominant hand and I'll start going. I'll skip. Maybe I'll skip backwards and do a little spin around. All right, so whatever it is that you want to do to focus on that hand-eye coordination and keeping that object in your hand and creating a different pathway, you do it. The whole idea about what we're doing this week, boys and girls, is for you to have fun. Get out, get moving, be creative, and have fun. All right, so once we get done with our balancing activity, so again, it could be your hand, it could be on a spoon with paper or an egg, or boys and girls, if you want to get more creative, you can balance the object on your head and then continue your course. You can balance it anywhere that you see fit. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong. Just have fun. And the last activity that we're going to be doing is called heads and tails. All right, so I've got, again, some eggs, and my eggs now have money in them. And so for this activity, boys and girls, I want you to go and see if you can ask mom or dad, or get out of your piggy bank possibly. You need a coin. You don't have to have all 4 of them, you just need a coin. So a quarter, you could have a dime, you could have a penny, or you can have a nickel, okay? So what Coach did already is I put these coins in these eggs. Now if you look at my course, I drew 4 little boxes. You don't have to. Just set out 4 objects, or you can do more, or you can do less. So I'm going to put an object, an egg, in each one of those squares that I drew. And then I'm going to kind of use it as my own hopscotch, so to speak. So I'm going to go to this first box. I'm going to shake that egg. Then I'm going to open the egg. And I'm going to take out the coin, or just throw it on the ground. And I'm going to look at it. And it happened to be my nickel. And it landed on heads. If you land on heads, heads starts with the letter H. So we're going to hop, because we're still focusing on those locomotor skills for this one. So I'm going to hop 5 times, because this is a nickel and it's worth 5 cents. And I'm going to hop 5 times in this box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I could just hop across 5 times. 1, 2, 3. Maybe change legs. 4, 5. And then get back to where I started. It's up to you, boys and girls. You be creative. Again, there's no right, there's no wrong. All right, so I would put that back there. And then I would go to my next one. Okay, shake it up a little bit and see what this one is. And it's a penny. So a penny, boys and girls, is just worth 1. Or now I can maybe think about the first egg that I had, which was 5, and now 1. All right, so now I've got 6. But this time I need to flip it and see what it lands on. And it landed on tails. And if it lands on tails, boys and girls, now we're going to jump. So if it's the H for heads, we're going to hop on 1 foot. If it's tails, we are going to jump. All right? So jump. And I jumped 1 time. So I'm going to jump 1 time inside that box. Remember, with jumping, you want to make sure you bend your knees, your ankles, and your hips. You don't want to be stiff. And then push yourselves right back up. All right. So again, if you have the eggs, put them inside the eggs and shake them up and see what it lands on. If you don't have the eggs, no big deal. You just take 1 coin, and I'm going to pull out of my pocket the quarter. It's worth 25. If I want to do 25 for each of these, I can. So I'm going to flip it, and it landed on heads. And remember, heads starts with an H, so we're going to hop. So I can hop 25 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you get the idea, boys and girls. And you would go all the way to 25 if you wanted. Or you can say 25 divided by 5. You're going to go what? 5 times? So it's up to you. You be creative. All right, so boys and girls, if we recap again then, let me go over here and change this one. Okay, and we just finished with the heads and tails activity. Remember, if you land on heads, you hop on 1 foot. If you land on tails, you're going to jump, and that's 2 feet. Okay, so going back to the learning target, we used a variety of pieces of equipment that I had inside my house, inside my garage, and we created 3, 4, 5 different activities. So have fun with that. Do this as your first assignment and enjoy it. Let me know what you created. Thank you, boys and girls. I miss you.